Even they can throw him out. At the first, they who brought him to the power. Everybody believed that, and everybody knows that. Gaddafi is just a puppet, American puppet, and I'm sure the American, if they want, they can stop him from committing these massacres. They prove to me that the American evaluate the Libyan oil more than the Libyan blood, and it is a shame. It is a shame for President Obama. It is a shame for the so-called free world letting Gaddafi get away with it.
Okay, thank you very much for now. That was Awad El Faitouri from the Libyan Information Center here in Doha. Thank you. Now, coming up on Al Jazeera, the unrest in Bahrain results in the cancellation of its biggest sporting event. But will the Bahrain Grand Prix ever return to the Gulf state? Details next. Stay with us.
It is in the details, a look, a connection, the moments that reveal the truth. Award-winning documentaries from critically acclaimed filmmakers. Witness documentaries to open your eyes. At this time on Al Jazeera.
All right, let's catch up with sport now. Here's Rahul.
Ollie, thank you. F1 drivers have praised the decision to postpone the Bahrain Grand Prix due to the unrest in the Gulf nation. Andrew Potter has more.
The Bahrain International Circuit should have been hosting the opening Grand Prix of the 2011 Formula One season in just under 3 weeks' time. Instead, these stands will sit empty as the country's political unrest makes its first major impact on the international sporting world. The decision came from the very top, the Crown Prince.
We felt it was important for the country to focus on immediate issues of national interest and leave the hosting of Bahrain's Formula One race to a later date.
Since its first running here in 2004, the Bahrain Grand Prix has been by far the biggest sporting event in the country, putting the tiny Gulf state on the international sporting map, and it's also a massive money earner for Formula One. Motorsport reporter Will Buxton has just returned from Bahrain.
It's an absolutely huge decision, and the Grand Prix has been the baby of the Crown Prince of Bahrain for some time. It was his love, it was his passion for the sport that brought it to Bahrain in the first place. So the decision on his part to cancel the race was a big one, but I feel the right one.
With so much cash and prestige at stake, there's already talk of rearranging the race towards the end of the season in November. But in Bahrain right now, nobody's looking that far ahead. Andrew Potter, Al Jazeera.
England are playing their first match of the Cricket World Cup right now. They're taking on the Netherlands in Group B. The Dutch are huge underdogs even, but they've had a good start in Nagpur. Netherlands currently 137 for 3 after 29 of their 50 overs. Meanwhile, the defending champions Australia started their campaign with victory over Zimbabwe. Andy Richardson reports from the Indian city of Ahmedabad.
Cricket's world champions may have been in town, but life was carrying on pretty much as normal in Ahmedabad Organisers, it seemed, will struggle to fill stadia when one of the three host nations aren't involved. Australia v Zimbabwe, not quite catching the neutrals' imagination. Australia's batsmen were little more than steady in the opening exchanges. Shane Watson did break free from his early insecurities, but when he was trapped LBW for 79 and then captain Ricky Ponting was run out cheaply, Australia were wobbling somewhat on 144 for 3. There did though follow a runnable 50 from Michael Clarke, and that pushed Australia to a solid rather than spectacular 262 for 6. It was expected that Zimbabwe would struggle against pace, and that's exactly what happened. Early wickets from Lee, Tate and Johnson, reducing them to 96 for 6 and putting to an end any thoughts for shock results. Zimbabwe were eventually bowled out for 171, Australia winning by 91 runs, their 24th consecutive World Cup win.
Much has changed since Australia's World Cup win of 4 years ago. Great players have retired and the selectors have appeared uncertain as to just how to replace them. But it is to be remembered, Australia are still the #1 ranked ODI side in the world. After this relatively light workout, this tournament gets serious for them next time out when they play New Zealand. Andy Richardson, Al Jazeera, Ahmedabad.
So no surprise in the cricket, but there certainly was one on the first day of the Qatar Ladies Open. 7th seed Agnieszka Radwanska was knocked out. Radwanska, at the top of the screen here, went down 7-6, 6-3 in Doha to the unseeded opponent Lucy Safarova of the Czech Republic. That's the sports.
Thank you very much, Rahul. Stay with us on Al Jazeera. In the next hour, we'll be looking at how oil prices are being affected by the Libya situation and how that may affect the global economy. Do stay with us. We're back after this short break.
The first Green Building Solutions Conference and Exhibition Doha 2011. The perfect platform to explore green products, services and ideas. Don't miss this opportunity to attend. Come and join us.
All the news, all the time. AlJazeera.net/English.
Information travels in many ways. Knowledge passes in an instant.
If you want to communicate with those shaping the headlines, this is your chance to ask questions directly to the people making the news. Riz Khan, at this time on Al Jazeera.
Al Jazeera.
It is now 11 GMT. Welcome to the News Hour live from Doha. I'm Fuli Batibo from the Al Jazeera News Centres here in Doha and Kuala Lumpur. Our top stories this hour. Libyan fighter jets target army ammunition depots near the